Hi, I'm Nate the Bias User, and today I'm going to be reviewing this new The Lemon Twigs album, Everything Harmony. There's a lot of bands that dropped at the beginning of this decade that didn't really click with me just to impress me later, which ends up being the case for this pop rock duo, the Lemon Twigs, who I've heard about 2 years ago but wasn't interested. I personally could not catch any flavor out of them based on what I remembered, but thankfully I got a whole lot of it with this newest record, where they are grasping their classic 70s soft rock influences. We start off with a sweet acoustic track with great singing from both brothers. That isn't just the case for this track, but basically all of it, where based on observation, Brian D'Addario carries the more high-pitched singing, with Michael Hall being deeper. But altogether, they're not that far apart from tone. They're both relatively high-pitched, but during the times they come together on the intro, I can easily acknowledge the bass Michael brings to the table, and keeps on the follow-up in my head, where he takes the lead, but when we do get Brian backing him up, the track does feel a little more bright, especially with the la-la humming section. Jesus, it's so joyful, but Michael is still great without him. His voice is very smooth, and perfectly meets the requirements at being catchy on the first track with the drum beat. Corner of My Eye is the teaser I came across that I did enjoy and still do. The vocal chemistry with one being more group-esque and the other being more out there is very tasteful. But even though I still like this song, the softness of this thing wasn't all that stand out. It's definitely a tad bit underwhelming compared to the first two cuts. Any Time of Day would be a slow burner in the context of so many other albums, but after Corner of My Eye, it is a noticeable rise in tempo. And also quality, with the production being detailed to a fault, just so the 70s R&B style could be shown. Where I'm glad Brian takes over most of it, because his high-pitched voice easily makes him the brother, who is most likely to take this duo to a Bee Gees or Michael Jackson feel. When the rock returns on What You Were Doing, a lot of sunshine was present as well. The droning guitars throughout were great, and the progression of vocal layering, with it being the single layer, just so we could later get a deeper layer backing up the lead. After this, we get another slow burner that is even more softer, which was originally a turnoff, but I was really into how touchable the vocals are here. And there is instrumental progression, with it being mostly a piano at the start, but later getting a horn joining in. And the case with this track, and a few others such as Still It's Not Enough or the title track, I'm not crazy about it at the start, but I grow to love it more and more as I get deeper into the song. The pianos were fine on the title track, but when the violin showed up, I was hit immediately. A part of me wishes there were verses on Every Day Is the Worst Day of My Life, instead of it being the repetition of the song's title, lyrical-wise, but the acoustic melodies in between the repetitions were breathtaking. Same with the humming that backs it up later. What Happens to a Heart has a passionate chorus to spin around to, and the singing is spiritual as fuck. With the track I already mentioned, Still It's Not Enough, I grew to like this track by many things. The different layers of vocals and the softness towards the end I found to be soothing, how on point I found the vocal interaction with the acoustics to be, and the clear production of the low volume snare. With Ghost Run Free, which might be my favorite, not just due to the vocals that I have praised more than once, but just from the jangle pop vibe I get from the bright guitars. And the track is just very happy. It will affect the listener. Just like the way the album opened, the record closes with another great acoustic cut. Don't have many complaints about it, it's just cute and progressive. And with this album as a whole, Everything Harmony, every track here is great. When I said there were tracks I wasn't crazy about at the start but grew to like, those are still the worst tracks, and the best tracks are amazing, which is a big amount. What the Lemon Twigs gave with this record is not only just great tracks with great vocal performances on both ends, but they also provide nostalgia from the 70s with variety and expansion, which is something a duo or any band embracing a past music style can easily lack and potentially turn into a cover band, which didn't happen here thankfully. So yeah, I really love this album. Like, subscribe, comment how you feel or give a suggestion. Check out my other social medias, and I'll see you next time.